The sun hovered high over the horizon, warm and bright, as if refusing to allow shadows to hide the truth of the past. Its golden light spilled across the vast lawn of Greenwood Heights Country Club, turning the freshly trimmed grass into a shimmering sea of emerald. The air was crisp, tinged with the scent of pine and freshly baked pastries drifting from the event hall. Everything about the afternoon was picturesque. Perfect weather, perfect setup, perfect smiles plastered onto faces that were anything but sincere. Then came the sound that shattered the calm. A distant hum at first, a soft vibration in the air. Heads turned. Conversations paused mid-sentence. Wine glasses froze halfway to lips. The hum grew louder, heavier, slicing to the peaceful sky with an increasingly rhythmic roar. A helicopter, sleek, silver, unmistakably expensive, approached the reunion grounds from the east. People shielded their eyes from the sun, disbelief spreading across the crowd like a wave. They'd been expecting fancy cars, maybe even a limousine, but a helicopter? No one had dared imagine someone from their graduating class would arrive in such extravagant fashion. Or rather, no one imagined she would. The people gathered on the lawn, dressed in designer suits, glittering heels, and smiles sharpened with competition, looked up in silent shock. Their whispers were quickly swallowed by the wind. Who could afford that? Did someone marry rich? Which celebrity is visiting? None of them were prepared for the truth, because the person stepping out of that helicopter would be the same girl they once bullied, mocked, humiliated, and treated as invisible. Fate had a strange way of guiding people back to the very places that once broke them. But fate also had a softer side, one that offered not revenge, but closure, healing, and the chance to rise above everything that once tried to crush you. So as a helicopter descended onto the emerald grass, dust swirling and dress hems fluttering, a heavy hush fell across the reunion crowd. Heartbeats grew louder. Memories resurfaced, some sharp, some buried, some intentionally forgotten. Everyone braced themselves for a moment none of them would forget. Inside the helicopter sat a woman who was no longer the fragile, timid girl they remembered, no longer the easy target they once used as a stepping stone for their own insecurities. She had been transformed by courage, by pain, by resilience powerful enough to reshape her entire destiny. Her name was Serena Hale. A decade earlier, she was the girl no one wanted to sit with, the one whose clothes came from thrift stores, whose sneakers were scuffed, whose lunch was whatever her mother could piece together. Serena came from a struggling family, and she carried that struggle with her, quietly, invisibly, through the halls of Brooksville High. She kept her head down, shoulders hunched, trying to shrink small enough to escape the whispers. But she never could. In a place where cruelty echoed louder than kindness, Serena was an easy target. She was smart, gentle, and artistically gifted, none of which mattered to teenagers hungry for social dominance. The popular girls, Madison, Trish, and the rest of their circle, treated her like she existed solely for their entertainment. They mocked her thrifted outfits, pointed at her worn-out backpack, laughed at her nervous stutter whenever she was called on in class. Sometimes they recorded her reactions, posting snide captions online for others to laugh at. To them, she was a joke. To herself, she was disappearing. Her world was made of silence and survival. A sketchbook she kept hidden at all times. A dream she never dared to voice. A heart that kept breaking and mending and breaking again. The only person who ever showed her kindness back then was the school's janitor, old Mr. Kenner. He'd hand her extra tissues when he saw her wiping tears she tried to hide. He would tell her gently, "You're stronger than you feel. Serena!" One day they'll see it too. At the time, she didn't believe him. After graduation, while most of her classmates celebrated, Serena simply walked away. She carried nothing but a duffel bag of clothes, a bruised heart, and memories she wanted desperately to forget. Life didn't magically get easier. She worked 3 jobs, waitressing, night shifts at a laundromat, and packing boxes at a warehouse. Sleep was a luxury she rarely had. There were nights she cried herself to sleep from exhaustion, fear, and loneliness. But she didn't crumble. She endured. Between shifts, she studied business online with a cheap second-hand laptop. She watched marketing tutorials, learned financial management, practiced graphic design. Piece by piece, She rebuilt herself. Then, one ordinary afternoon, life shifted. She stepped into a tiny artisan candle shop looking for a cheap birthday gift, expecting nothing more than a quick purchase. Instead, she met Evelyn Hart, a gentle-eyed elderly woman with silver hair and the warm, steady presence of someone who had lived many lives. Evelyn didn't just see Serena's worn clothes or tired eyes. She saw her potential. By the time Serena left that shop, she wasn't holding a candle. She was holding a job offer. Within 2 years, Serena's creativity and determination transformed Evelyn's failing shop. She redesigned products, introduced new scents, built an online presence, and poured her heart into every candle she crafted. Customers connected with her sincerity, her gentle artistry, her warmth. The small candle shop became a thriving business. And when Evelyn passed away, she left everything, every scent, every recipe, every responsibility, to Serena, not out of sympathy, but out of trust. Serena took that gift and built something miraculous. She renamed the company Hearten Haven, turning it into a global wellness empire. Her products appeared in hotels, luxury boutiques, airports, spas, and private resorts across the world. Magazines wrote articles about her rise. Bloggers described her as the girl who built light out of darkness. So when Serena received an invitation to her 10-year high school reunion, she paused for a long time. The message was polite on the surface, but she recognized the undertone, a sugar-coated reminder of the past, a subtle expectation that she was still the same meek girl who didn't belong in their world. But she was no longer that girl. She placed the envelope on her desk with a calm smile. She realized she didn't want revenge. She didn't want to gloat. She wanted closure. She wanted to walk into that reunion as proof that pain doesn't define destiny. And today was that day. The helicopter finally touched down. Dust spiraled gently around the landing pad as the blade slowed. When the door opened, Serena stepped out. She was breathtaking. Her ivory dress flowed gracefully behind her, catching the sunlight like liquid gold. Her blonde hair cascaded in soft waves down her back. Confidence radiated from her, not the loud, boastful kind, but the quiet, steady, unshakable kind. Each step she took was a step out of her past. The crowd parted instinctively, eyes wide, hearts thudding. Some gasped, some whispered. Some looked down in shame as old memories resurfaced. The jokes, the whispers, the cruelty. Serena didn't need to say a single word. Her presence said everything. Inside the event hall, she walked through polished corridors, taking the very place that once felt like a battlefield. Madison stood frozen, clutching her drink. The boys who mocked her clothes straightened their ties urgently, suddenly aware of how small they looked. But Serena wasn't here for them. She was here for herself. She approached the photo display, a large collage of their school days. There, near the bottom corner, was a picture of her teenage self sitting alone on a bench, hugging her sketchbook tightly. She touched the frame softly, not with sadness, but with gratitude for the journey, the pain, the becoming. Behind her, the whispers shifted. Regret filled the air like a heavy fog. Serena breathed deeply. She felt light. Oh, free. She had finally returned. Not as a victim, but as a woman who had rewritten the ending of her story. Serena stood there for a long moment, her fingers hovering over the photograph of her younger self. The girl in the picture looked small, fragile, almost translucent in her attempt to disappear from the world around her. But now, standing before that image, Serena no longer felt the sting of old wounds. Instead, she felt a quiet strength settle deep within her chest, an understanding that every painful moment had pushed her toward the woman she had become. Behind her, the reunion hall buzzed faintly. Conversations died down each time someone dared to glance her way. It wasn't just shock that held them silent. It was guilt, realization, and the undeniable presence of someone who had risen far beyond their narrow expectations. Madison Hartwell, once the queen of Brooksville High, approached hesitantly. Her posture wasn't the confident, chin-high stance she used to flaunt. Her steps were slow, uncertain, like a child approaching a consequence she'd been avoiding for years. "Serena?" Madison's voice wavered. Serena turned, her expression serene, composed. "Hello, Madison." Madison swallowed, eyes darting to the floor. I didn't recognize you. You look incredible." "Thank you." There was a heavy pause. Madison's manicured fingers tightened around the stem of her wine glass. "I heard about your company," Madison continued, forcing a shaky smile. "Harten Haven, right? You're everywhere. My mother loves your lavender line." Serena nodded politely. "I'm glad." Words stumbled at Madison's lips. Apologies sat there, unspoken, tangled, uncertain. But Serena didn't press for them. She didn't need them. Her healing had never depended on Madison's remorse. "I'm happy you're doing well," Madison whispered finally. Serena's gentle smile held no bitterness. "I am. Thank you." Madison stepped back, stunned by the kindness she wasn't sure she deserved. And Serena moved on, allowing the pass a rest. Across the room, Trish, once the loudest instigator, quickly looked away when their eyes met. But the guilt etched across her face was unmistakable. One boy, who once recorded Serena crying on the school stairs, nearly dropped his champagne flute when she walked near him. But none of it mattered. Not anymore. Serena walked with a calmness so profound that even those who once tormented her felt their own cruelty reflected back at them. Nothing she said was harsh. Nothing she did was dramatic. Her presence alone was enough to reshape the atmosphere. She made her way outside as the afternoon sun began shifting toward a warmer haze of orange and gold. A light breeze swept across the lawn, carrying the laughter of distant conversations and the soft hum of the world reclaiming its rhythm. She stepped beyond the noise, beyond the stairs, and exhaled deeply. This place, this country club, this school, these people had once held her in a tight, suffocating grip of insecurity. They had defined her world, dictated her worth, and made her believe she was unimportant. But today, standing beneath the sprawling sky, she felt none of that. She felt free. She looked up, watching clouds drift lazily above her. She felt the sun warm her face. She felt the wind slip through her hair like a promise that life had changed, that she had changed, and that no past version of herself had been forgotten, only transformed. She didn't need validation. She didn't need apologies. She didn't need anyone's permission to stand tall. She had already found everything she needed within herself. At the edge of the lawn, the helicopter pilot gave her a small, respectful nod, indicating they were ready whenever she was. Serena's heels sank slightly into grass as she walked toward the aircraft. Each step felt like shedding another layer of the girl she used to be. But just before she boarded, a soft voice called out behind her, "Serena, wait." She turned. It was Mr. Kenner. Older now, slower, a little more hunched, but unmistakably the same kind-eyed janitor who once saw her when no one else did. He stood at the edge of the path, holding a worn cap in his hands, his smile warm and trembling with emotion. "I thought that was you," he said, his voice cracking with age. "Didn't know if you'd remember me." Serena's eyes softened. "I could never forget you." He gave a small chuckle, wiping the corner of his eye. "Look at you now. I always knew you'd become someone remarkable. Always." His words touched something deep within her, a reminder that even during her darkest days, a single kindness had been enough to keep her going. She stepped toward him and hugged him gently. "Thank you," she whispered, "for everything." "You did this, Serena," Mr. Kenner murmured. "You built this life. You kept going when anyone else would have given up. Don't ever forget how strong you are." She nodded, swallowing the lump in her throat. He stepped back and looked at her with pride that shimmered brighter than any spotlight. "Go live your life, dear. You've earned it." Serena smiled, her heart full. As she walked back toward the helicopter, she looked once more at the country club, the place where she had once felt so small. But now, it seemed tiny compared to the vastness of the world she had conquered. The blades began spinning, stirring the air around her. Her dress rippled softly as she stepped inside. She settled into her seat, feeling a sense of closure she had never known she needed. As the helicopter lifted off the ground, Serena gazed out the window. The reunion crowd grew smaller, their faces indistinguishable specks. The lawn that once held her shame was now nothing more than a patch of green below. A deep peace washed over her. She wasn't escaping. She wasn't running. She was rising, above the pain, above the past, above every memory that once weighed her down, high above Greenwood Heights, with the world stretching endlessly before her. Serena understood a truth she would carry for the rest of her life. Her worth had never belonged in the hands of others. She had carved her own path, built her own empire, created her own happiness. And the girl she once was, the lonely, scared, broken Serena, would be proud of who she had become. The helicopter soared toward the horizon, bathed in golden light. And below, the reunion faded away, leaving behind the echoes of a story rewritten by resilience, courage, and grace. A story of second chances. A story of becoming. A story of rising above everything meant to destroy her. Serena smiled as the sky opened ahead of her. Her past was behind her. Her future was limitless. And her heart, finally, was free.